And here we're going to go into the harmonic gate. So the 31 is in the throat center. And then we have the 7, who is the harmonic gate of the 31. And we call the 7 the alpha. And this makes up the channel of the alpha. So this is a design of leadership for good or bad. And it's a projected channel. So again, that invitation is super important. I feel like it's not just about like, oh, I can be the leader. I'm going to be the leader. And let me tell you how I'm going to lead you. It has to be invited and kind of put up in that position. And the theme here is you're designed to be picked out of the crowd one day to be the leader, elected by the people to represent the people. So, yeah, did you want to go into this, Bella, a little bit deeper?
Yeah, like we always say, when you have two gates that meet, you have a channel, and that is going to create definition in your chart. So before, in slide before, we spoke about an open throat center and what it meant to have the 31. Well, if you have both the 31 and the 7, by definition, you're going to have the throat and the G defined. So that's going to be part of a theme that's always there for you, and that it's a kind of, it's a fixed theme in you. And I like to look at the keywords for the whole channel. So command is the lowest frequency. So that's when we were speaking in the slide before about that narrow span, that you can only lead in that narrow span. So it's a kind of command because there's not so much possibility. That's the rigidity of where you're leading people. But if you expand that, and if your awareness is higher, and if you're more embodied, then you're actually going to be able to facilitate guidance and direction for people, and to have them, just by being in your aura, they can feel their own direction. So it's a facilitation. And I think it's interesting as well, if we look at what we just were going in that progression, we have the 31, which is the president. Then in the wheel, we have the 33, and then we have the 7, which means that the 31 and the 7 are super close to each other, and they are sandwiching that 33, which is about retreat and using medicine instead of pointing fingers, to using the medicine of storytelling, using the medicine of coming together in a very feminine way of sharing, of sitting around the bonfire, and taking the time to retreat and integrate. So for me, it really shows us in that sandwich of 33, 31, 33, and 7, the leader needs time to retreat. If you're always having that sun on your face and a microphone under your, in front of your mouth, it's going to be too stressful, and you're kind of going to go in, you might miss the true direction, the true leadership. So I would say, if you are the president, if you are the alpha, you need that retreat, you need that integration, you need to come back to the medicine and ask the medicine, where are we going? So I feel that's super important in the progression of where we are, where leadership is going, and somehow what this society is pressurizing leaders to always be available and say something before they maybe have had time to retreat and see what's really going on, and really what the message is. So yeah, it feels important, right? Especially right now in time.
Wow, that's potent. That's omnipotent power, potency everywhere. um, I like what you say about this, and I also think that like when there is an initiation for the leader to say something, I feel like accessing that 7 and pausing with the breath, like you said, with it's like, okay, leader, what do you think? That 33 is like that pause, the retreat within, and it's kind of like harnessing and drawing up what's true in the G, what's true in the heart, what's the direction, and then it moving through the throat. Like anyone who has a defined throat, they can speak at any moment. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to speak whenever. But I think the power comes through that harnessing and channeling from that defined G, like you were saying. So I love that you brought that up. That's perfect. So here are the keynotes for the president, the alpha, and then some more on the gate, and then the gene key frequencies.